Hello everyone, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and we're doing a little bit different something today. It's a familiar tale. I forgot to turn on phantom power for the first half of this episode, so I had to re-record my commentary afterwards, but that does come with an advantage. I cut away a lot of dead meat in the episode. And it's around the 50 minutes mark where I start talking again and go back in time. As for when this is happening, most of this episode was recorded almost a week ago. And today is, well, it's 2 days after the attempted killing of Donald Trump. So that gives you a timeline of how long this has been in editing and how long ago since I did this work before it came out on YouTube for you guys to watch. Now, we're playing Stardew Valley. This is unmodded 1.6. And we are in the first week of fall. As you can see here, I'm kind of just walking around and preparing the fields for sowing. And I think the idea is to get as many melons up as possible, so I can get as many high quality stuff. I think melons is one of the 5, or maybe it was corn, I don't remember now as I talk about it. But yeah, part of the whole thing is to just get as many bundles done. In this episode I do finish up one of the bundles that I've been wanting to finish for a while. I do finish up the bus. That comes a little bit later. I finish it barely at the end of the week, so you gotta be prepared to go through a little bit. I do also feel like I have to apologize because I kinda go on a rant at some point because I get a little bit caught up in how a lot of people choose to use music and art and how politicized these things are. But, you know, more on that a little bit later. You will hear it when you get there. I don't think there's any point in extrapolating on that. As for other things in world news, yeah, you should all know by now that Donald Trump did not have a very good day. The election in Iran is also a very interesting election because the candidates there are... for those of you who don't know, the Prime Minister of Iran crashed in a helicopter crash a while back, so there's a new election coming up with a lot of the candidates. And they are screaming and hurling insults at each other, and it's all crazy. France also had their election, and that election went weirdly crazy too. It was basically this massive cooperation between everyone who did not belong to Marine Le Pen's party cooperating together to make sure they got enough seats to make sure she and her party would not get majority. And the world of politics is pretty crazy nowadays. That's why we play Stardew Valley, to get away from that shit. Unfortunately, it just follows us everywhere. On the more private side, wife's been having belly aches for a while. Had to be hospitalized due to pain, but she seems to be doing a lot better now. I'm not gonna go into that. It's been heavy for both of us, or all three to be exact. a little boy. He missed his mama when she was hospitalized. Of course, she missed him, and of course, lots of pain, and it is what it is. It's not fun for anyone. For myself, there went a lot of long days where I basically was a lot of the time home with him on my own. And he's a lovable little boy, but man, he can tire someone out when you're alone with them for the whole day. Don't get me wrong, I would not. Oh yeah, I skipped ahead here because I do a lot of walking, so I skipped ahead and I do that. Fall is Abby's favorite season, so I'm hoping she'll come out of her room more often. How quickly the seasons change, it's shocking. Yeah. I'm buying stuff from Pierre, getting a lot of stuff ready to go. And yeah, to get more back to the private situation. Kid's doing good. He stopped breastfeeding entirely. He's now sleeping the whole night through without waking us up 4, 5, 6 times at night. Mom is on the mend. Dad has time to edit videos again. And everything is going a lot better in general. Now, if only world politics could mend as easy, life would be pretty nice. And yeah, in this episode here, as I said, I do finish up a couple of bundles, including the bus bundles. It's just the last one, the 25,000 that's left. So this week is basically just building money for that. I do not think I do anything more significant besides that. It's just running around here planting. Yeah, I get to the bottom of the mines. Or did I do that last time? No, I spent this week just mainly going up and down the mines to get different ores, because I need everything. I need metal, iron. I mean, I need copper. I need gold. I need everything. I get a bunch of more casks, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not a bunch, but a few. But I don't have enough iron ore to get all the casks I want. I also find some broccoli seeds around here. I do a lot of fishing. It's mainly a very, what can I say, basic playthrough. It's not much unique happening, but I do have a couple of cutscenes that happens, and we'll get there. One of the cutscenes that I get pretty early on is, have you explored the mines much? I've heard you can find some useful minerals there. Vincent asked me about slugs for weeks, so I prepared a whole lesson on them. They're actually pretty interesting. Whenever I see a banana slug, I feel like it's a sign of good luck. She does do a lot for the kids. That's good. She's a good teacher, I think. I don't know. Never had a lesson from Penny. Hello, Abby. Fall's here. I was getting so tired of summer. Weren't we all? Yeah, I think I spent a lot of time fishing here. I mainly just show one catch and then I cut away the rest, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, it's not very exciting catch. I think it's just sardine or anchovy. Sardine, yeah. Catch some albacores and some seaweeds. It's not a big catch. It's not a big haul. Empty out the... what do we call it? In Norwegian we would call it teine. Well, I have no idea what the English word is, because I can't remember right now. Oh well. Yeah, and I've been thinking a lot about what to play once my run on Phoenix Point ends. At this point in time, if you're watching this and you've been following my Phoenix Point play, I know there's about 10 people who follows it, so if you're one of those 10 people and you, for some strange reason, also watch this, well, you have good taste in games. There is follow-up episodes, despite the fact that episode 15 or 16 really ended badly. I'm at least 5 episodes further on. I'll not spoil anything because it isn't all sunshine and roses, but it's not as horrible of a loss as I initially imagined that episode to be. The campaign is not over, and I'm thinking it's possible to make a comeback in that campaign. Doesn't mean I will be successful at it, but it means I'm gonna try. And that episode is probably gonna be available sometime, not just that one episode, all of those episodes are probably gonna be available after this episode uploads. But eventually, Phoenix Point does come to an end. Either because I'm successfully defeating my enemy, or because I successfully get defeated by my enemy. The last one much more likely than the first one. I was thinking to do a few things. I've looked into a couple of other games that are similar to Phoenix Point. The reason I like Phoenix Point is because it's so quick to make the episodes. You sit down, you record, and then you cut away loading times, you cut away embarrassing sounds like and stuff like that. And then you just put it out. It makes it very easy to produce a bunch of episodes quickly. That is very, very useful when you're trying to keep up a high number of episodes, or not necessarily a high number, but at least a decent number of regular episodes coming out. It's much more difficult with the Stardew Valley ones, because I decided to run it week by week. Of course I could do shorter episodes, but where's the fun in that? I think the week for week format works, although I get it if people don't watch it all the way through. It's a long ass time. Usually the episodes end up somewhere around 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours and 30 minutes. And it usually takes 4, maybe 5 hours just to record it. I cut away a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that gets removed. Yeah. That is just the way it is. Because, you know, it's the nature of how the game works. You have 15 to 20 minutes per day. You have 7 days to go. So it takes a lot of time to record the episodes. By the time I record a single episode of Stardew Valley, I have 3 Phoenix Points episodes, and they're way much faster to edit than anything that comes out of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley takes a long time to edit, even if you're just doing basic editing like I'm doing. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not having zoom-ins or scrolly cams, and I'm not doing fancy effects or rainbow clouds and stuff like this. I'm not doing anything remotely like that. I'm just editing away unnecessary noise and making things smooth. I'm cutting away places of a lot of dead silence and try to at least keep the interesting parts. Now, it's Stardew Valley, so everything is technically interesting because it's a slow-paced game. You're supposed to, you know, play all these boring chores in life, all these things that we hate to do in real life, all these jobs that never ends. That's what we're doing. So, of course, what is considered boring in this game is, well, depends. It depends entirely upon what you feel like. But a lot of the game is maneuvering around the menus and managing your inventory. So there is decidedly something about that. And I imagine if you watch too much inventory and whoever is talking isn't very interesting to listen to, it's not that interesting to look at the inventory, is it? So whenever I'm not talking... Oh yeah, I just skipped ahead here because I'm basically just walking up to the mountain to fish. And I wasn't actually planning on going out there to fish. I just lucked out and found this little place with lots of fish. So I fished. I spent the day fishing. I think I originally intended to go to the mine. And now I'm gonna skip ahead again, I think. No. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this chest first. With deluxe bait and everything. At the end of it, I did skip ahead. I got a bunch of fish, some geodes, a lot of more deluxe baits and coal and stuff like that. And I finally decided to move on. Thankfully, it's important to move on. And yeah, I think I was looking for Robin here. And found this event. Hello there, Big Daddy Archie. You showed up at a perfect time. It's our new special orders board. Robin and I built it from scratch. Louis, all you did was hold the nails. Ahem, ignore her. Now let me explain. You see, with Bluegrass Farm back in business, the local economy has really been picking up. As a result, some of the local townsfolk have been asking me for a way to source local ingredients for their businesses or personal projects. So, Rob and I came up with the idea of a new special orders board where people can post bigger jobs than would make sense for the old billboard outside of Pierce. Yeah, for example, I plan on requesting some hardwood for a bed I want to make. I won't put you on the spot, but if you want to help me out, you can just accept the job from this board. Who knows, maybe if the bed turns out well, I'll start selling them in my shop. Look forward to helping. I thought so. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, Big Daddy RG. So, can we say that you're on board? Oh. Well, I'm sure you're busy, so we won't keep you away from your work any longer. As always, I appreciate your willingness to contribute. Take care, Big Daddy RG. Robin really has some dry humor. I like that. It's daddy humor 101. And yeah, if you have a good dry daddy jokes kind of humor, then you're all right in my book. I think I'm gonna skip ahead again. Yeah, it was around this time of year when I first became mayor, over 20 years ago. That makes me feel really old. You are really old. Besides, Luz has been mayor for over 20 years. No one thought anyone else was better competition. I end up picking up the community cleanup because I don't want Pierre to run away with all of my profits this early in the game. I can give him some of my gold stuff later when I have a bigger farm and more stuff to go through, but not this early because I really need the money for everything. And the community cleanup, it works out really nice. I learned very quickly that any kind of trash you pick up, not just what you fish up, but anything you pick up, it counts on the pieces of trash here. That's really useful because I also pick up trash from other people's trash and then hand it in as trash that I fished up. Yeah, I do that sometimes, apparently. I suppose I bamboozle Linus a little bit with that. I think I skip ahead. Yeah, I get some tilapia, sardines, and sardine roe. It's not a very exciting catch, but it's more deluxe bait. Yeah, and hey, we like our bait. Now I'm gonna skip ahead again because I'm searching for someone. I think it's Pam I'm searching for. Yeah, there she is. Because I am going to enable her, Pam. There she goes. Give me that stuff. It's real rest. Thanks, kid. This means a lot to me. I knew I could count on you. Of course you can, Pam. Of course you can. You are my future income. Did I say that out loud? Anyways, Pam is going to provide a certain amount of income, along with Leia and Shane. All three of them are gonna be very... Oh yeah. I go in here and I get everyone drunk. Heh. Yeah, I bet you aerobics class is much more fun with beer. Even if it's just a pale ale. My arms are strong. Don't look, I'm all red and sweaty. Exercise can be fun. Yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm sure exercise is fun, Emily, when you're drunk. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. I think I'm just foraging. And showing you that I did find some blackberries, which is what I was missing for one of the things that I was missing for the fall bundle. And my bags are full. I have a upgraded bag and yet still my bags are constantly full. It's just the curse of this game. You get so much stuff. And I think I go in here checking out to see if there's any wild plums here. I don't find any, but I do notice that there's a pomegranate there and a apricot. Yeah, apricot. And those are nice. We like apricots and pomegranates too. They're eventually gonna turn into wine and Gotta be sold for profit. Oh yeah, I skipped ahead on a lot of item management because I had so much weird stuff lying around and I needed to sort my chests a little bit. I keep a lot of trash in my bag now. And I'm setting up to... Yeah, I like to keep at least one of all types of fish and the highest possible. Because you never know when you get a silly request for something. I mean, Heli keeps requesting fish for reasons nobody really understands or knows. So, especially is it funny since she doesn't like fish. She makes it a point that you lose friendship points with her if you give her fish. So, why would you give her fish except when she wants you to give her fish? It's not easy, is it? Yeah, I think I skip ahead again because I'm not sure if I'm doing anything. No, I'm not skipping ahead. Why am I not skipping ahead? Probably because I find a chest here. Yeah, I get a chest. I wonder what's inside that chest. Maybe it's the really lucrative one. I think it is. No, it's not. Alright. And skipping ahead. Oh yeah, I find this is the lucrative chest, I think. You get a really, really, really nice chest you will see very shortly. Diamond and a treasure chest inside the treasure chest. Yeah, that's 5,000 gold. Stuff like that, really helpful. Skip forward. I got a chub and some more deluxe bait and some more coal, but it's getting late, so I'm heading back to the farm. And in case you're wondering, I'm sitting here at almost 1 AM local time. I am kinda tired, but not as tired as I could have been. And I want to get this done with because the Stardew Valley episode is really late. It should have been up sometime last week, but it's been a hectic week for us. So a lot of stuff have been on the back burner. Most of the episodes of Phoenix Point was uploaded more than a week ago. And if I'm not mistaken, the last episode got out yesterday. 2 days ago it's now, because now it's technically Monday here. So there is scheduled to be new episodes coming very, very soon, but I figured I want Stardew Valley up first. So that's why I'm gonna do this and get through this. I'm more than halfway through the part without sound, so it's getting more interesting from here on, though. No, it doesn't really. It's the same. It's a slice of life game after all. You do daily things. You walk around and you see things and you find things. It's special. Give my cat a special treatment. She wants amaranth. Amaranth are growing, so there's that. I got some corns. I got some sunflowers. I replant some of the seeds. And yeah. And I get the Oak resin, is that what it's called? The green green stuff that you get from trees that you need to make casks. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either on the Wednesday here that I start making a lot of the stuff. Demetrius wants me to give him an eggplant, but it's literally only day 3. It's impossible for me to have grown an eggplant at this point. I'm not sure what his plan for that request was. But okay. It's on him for mistiming things so grossly. Oak resin, yeah. Oak resin is what it's called. And if I am also not mistaken, I clear out an area here. Because there's so much grass, and I wanted these oak trees to drop some acorns on the ground so I could have more trees here. So I could concentrate all my trees and just build a bunch of cut down all the trees that's everywhere else on the farm and just concentrate the trees in this small area here. But I kind of don't get around to doing that. I think now I start to cut a lot of trees, and by cutting a lot of trees it also means I cut ahead. Yeah. Because it's not that interesting to make people watch a lot of cutting. I tend to edit that away because it's a boring process, and it gets even more boring when there's nothing happening, and if the person talking just sort of runs on empty and doesn't have anything to talk about. So I skip ahead, and that's a good decision, I think. I also make some cheese machines, cheese presses I think they're called, yeah. And I really should, in the next coming couple of weeks, focus more on the rancher side, because I haven't gotten anything new into my coop, despite the fact that I upgraded it. I don't buy any new animals this week, mainly because I save all the money so I can get the bus started, because I really want the bus going. As you can see, I sell a lot of weird stuff here. I just trying to bring it up to 25,000 so I can get that sweet bus going, so I can get cactus and coconuts and access to the skull caverns and access to what's her name, Emily's friend out in the desert, Sandy. Yeah, and I also pressed my first juice at this point, and I set some wine now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do that, and I get more hops. Hoppy bear. I get different... it's very funny how all of the fruit becomes wine, but in reality all of the fruit would in fact most likely become juice. It's funny to me that veggies become juice, whereas all the fruit that would make delicious juice become wine instead. There should be an option of choosing which one you want, so you could have apple juice or strawberry juice or melon juice or something like this, instead of melon wine and apple wine and all of that. And it would also be really interesting to have have access to cider. But you know, I'm still happy with the game as it is. It's still a great game. Yeah, I go to the community center because I want to finish up some bundles, if I'm not mistaken. Starfruit. I had one lying around. Amaranth and cactus. Cactus will be solved next week. The amaranth will also be solved next week. So, and wild plum and blackberry and bundle is complete. Now I get a whole bunch of seeds that I don't need or plan to use. Actually, I do need it if I ever make myself befriend Caroline to the point where she's happy enough to, you know, share her tea with me. Bleh, I don't feel like working tomorrow. Yeah, I feel ya, Mara. I feel ya. I actually like Mara. I think she's a bit weird, but weird isn't necessarily bad. I don't know if people have any strong opinions on which of the bachelorettes should be. There's a shop in the desert. If you ever go there, stop in and say hi from me. I will, Emily. I think she sells some rare products. She does. Do I go down to fish again? Probably. I think... I don't know if people have any strong opinions on which one of the bachelorettes I should marry in the end. I like Mara. I just wish we learned a little bit more about her family from her point of view. Because most things she does, it's all about her robot and stuff like this, stargazing, which is cool enough. And she tends to give you bombs, which is useful. I might have to marry Maru. I'll consider it. I'll put it under heavy considerance. Haley is very easy for me to finish now because she's already at 7 hearts, so it could be a very quick wedding. We could have that done before winter. Abigail is getting close too, but she's a goth. Sorry. I know there's probably goth girls out there who will at some point in time see this and get angry at me because I say I don't like goths. It's just that my personal experience with goth girls over 10 plus years of dating many strange people before I finally met my wife is that goth girls really aren't my thing. Sorry. Really isn't. And Abby, she's a goth. Penny kind of eliminates herself because, yeah. Jazz is very good at math and reading. Vincent is good at, well, he has an active imagination. An active imagination is a good thing, Penny. Active imagination makes writers and musicians. It makes screenplays. It makes great writers and directors. It makes George Lucas's and whatever else you can dream of. Active imagination is great. Don't talk it down. That's also another reason why I'm not gonna marry Penny. She kind of eliminates herself. She has a strange relationship with her mother. She doesn't like alcohol at all, or any drugs for that matter. And she talks down Vincent in a very nice way, but she talks him down. I don't like that. Vincent, he's a good boy. Most people would be happy for a kid half his creativity. Although creative kids can be very tough to deal with too, because you never know what they're coming up with. That's a whole different issue. Now, I think I am about to go fishing. But I'm going to go fish in the small pond I have right here and just clear out a lot of garbage. Because if I don't remember, if I'm not misremembering, I'm able to get all the garbage I need in one go. That said, I also produce some preserve jars and some cheese presses. And I think I may also... get a few... few of the new mushroom stubs or whatever they're called. I distinctly remember making some of them at some point, but I'm not sure where I placed them. We'll see, we'll see. It's been a very long time since I recorded this, and there just hasn't been time to edit and upload until now. So I apologize for the very long time since there was the last Stardew video. It's not intentional. It's just one of those things that happens when life gets crazy. And yeah, I do remember this part. I am trying to make that last cheese press because I want 4 cheese presses. Hardwood and stone. There we go. And I have 5 preserve jars, yeah. There we go. And putting in some hops to get more pale ale, because you can never go wrong with pale ale. At least not in this game. And I do thankfully remember to water my broccoli. I was uncertain if I actually remembered that. And now I start fishing. And I just really want to get as much garbage up as possible, because I want to see if I can finish off that quest as fast as possible. And I do manage to finish it barely in time. As you can see here, all of it barely in time. I have... Oh, I also got some Jojo Cola. Unfortunately, Jojo Cola doesn't count as garbage, so there's that. And I think I want to place down stuff, but I don't have the time. Because time is running out for me. But I think I do place the preserve jars. Yeah, I do. Cool. I got that done. I don't think I fill anything into them until the day after. But that's alright. It is what it is. And that is Wednesday. And it is sometime this Thursday when I go into the mine and we travel back in time commentary wise, because it ends in the mines here around 50 minutes if I'm not mistaken. Then I come back here after my son woke up during the recording, and I go in and I walk him back to sleep. When I come back here, I turn on my phantom power like it was the most natural thing to do. It wasn't until I looked at the recordings I noticed that, oh my, I didn't turn on phantom power. And I noticed then that I had gone half the episode with no commentary. It is what it is. It's a bit embarrassing, but you know. Yeah, I put all the roe into the preserve jars. And I put some blueberries, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, blueberries, because to get jam, and I don't think it's caviar they produce. What is it they produce? We'll see. We'll see. I think it's only the sturgeon roe that produces caviar. Anyways, I also put out the milk presses. I bring 10 milk with me to the community center because I finished that one up this round today on this Thursday. And I do have to again apologize ahead of time to you guys, because if you're watching the second half, I do talk a lot about music, country music in particular, and I rant a little bit about how people enjoy, or more correctly, how people don't enjoy art. Most people are very partisan in art, and they choose to enjoy things based upon political opinion, not whether or not they actually like something. And I find that extremely frustrating as a musician myself, because it means that if I have the wrong opinion about how to brush my teeth, then people aren't going to listen to whatever I play because I have the wrong opinion on something. Now that was a hyperbolic example, but you get the point. And I do rant about that in the last half of this video. If that's not for you, I apologize. Because I can understand it's tiresome. We play this game to get away from politics. And I'm going to try to keep it out in the videos going forth. But it's a pet peeve of mine. And I think I go down to the community center now, yeah. And then I go to the mines afterwards. Yeah. I remembered. Why didn't I cut away this part? Why didn't I just cut to the community center? You didn't need to see this long walk. Oh well. It is what it is. So, most of my bundles are coming along really nicely this week. And as I said, at least twice so far, I do finish the mine. I do that in this very run. I do open the bus to the desert. I get the coop upgraded, that actually already finished. And I don't think I build any new buildings this week. No, I don't. I don't think I upgrade anything either. But that's okay. It is what it is. I spent yeah. Oh yeah, I remember I was really lucky for some reason with finding the staircases, even though it's not supposed to be a lucky day. I think it was a neutral day and I'm still finding staircases left and right, and I was really happy with that. Because it makes it so much easier to get down. And although I was lacking 10 levels, I complete them all in this run because it just goes so quick. But you'll see that. I don't know if this type of long play is what people enjoy, or if you enjoy a more fast-paced cutaway. Most things just show the absolutely most relevant things, or if there are players out there like myself who really enjoys the long play because it's slow, it shows all the things, it shows progress from start to finish, and it shows how you do things. I enjoy that, at least. Now, one final thing. I have been thinking about what to play instead of Phoenix Point when Phoenix Point ends. And one of the things that I have been considering is, of course, the be-all, end-all game of this genre, XCOM, the tactical, squad-based strategy, XCOM. I definitely consider playing XCOM. I have to admit I enjoy XCOM. It's one of my favorite non-drug addictions. And it's extremely good game. I haven't played it in a long time, so I'm probably overdue for a replay soon. Both XCOM and XCOM 2, amazing games. But I've been thinking maybe there are other similar games. And I have a game called Mutant Year Zero, which I started playing, but it just itched my XCOM itch so much. So I had to go scratch that. So I never finished this game. It kind of never got back to it. So I was thinking maybe I can do that game. And then there was also a Western game I learned about. It's called The Feud. And The Feud is, well, it's a Western game. Tactical, squad-based Western game. And it looks really nice. It's not like high-end graphics or anything, but it's a nice game. And I can't find many Let's Plays of it. So I was figuring out maybe I should do it. Because I think it's a relatively unknown game. And that would be cool. And I was also thinking about one other possibility. Because I grew up with another kind of strategy games. RTSS. More specifically, I grew up on the Warcraft and the Starcraft franchise. And whereas I can get Warcraft Orcs and Humans and good old games, the game's atrocious. As much as I love the franchise, the game is absolutely atrocious. The controls are horrible, the systems, the UI, everything is horrible. The concept and the artwork is amazing, and the artwork is, well, I'm not gonna lie, it's very pixelated. It doesn't really look good, it plays really badly, and it's not an enjoyable experience. But it's the first Warcraft game, and its lore is nice, it's good, I like it. And it's one of those really nostalgic trips for me. So I have been considering playing Warcraft Orcs and Humans. But the game that came the year after Orcs and Humans came, Tides of Darkness, Warcraft 2, that's the game that really, really put the RTS genre on the map for the whole world. That and of course Command and Conquer. And I've really been thinking about wanting to play Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness. And Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness isn't good at games, and it really holds up even today. So these are my options so far. I haven't really decided on which one of them I'm gonna end with and go with, but one of them. But I have a Phoenix Point to finish. Maybe I even do another run of Phoenix Point. That could happen too. Now, with that said, I am now very close to the point where I break off my today's recording and go back to my 1 week ago recording. I think it's right down around here now. So with that, I bid you hello from the future, and we're gonna get ready to go further into the past. Yeah, it's the next floor. It's the next floor after this one. Then I get back to the game, thinking that I had the sound on the whole time, and apologizing for being gone so long, and saying I will just edit it out and stuff like that. So yeah, well, you're gonna find out very soon. And with that said, Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, after the Trump incident, is now wishing you a good night. I am gonna go to bed as soon as this is uploaded on YouTube now, because adding this part here is the last thing to do, and then this is ready to go up. So as soon as this is up on YouTube, I'm gonna go to bed, and you should probably do the same thing if it's late for you guys. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, sorry about that. Kid woke up, so I had to welcome him back to sleep again. It takes a little bit of time, but you know, it is what it is. You guys won't notice anything because I will edit this all away. But yeah, you get the point. You get the drift. Good guys. All 2 or 3 of you who are gonna watch this. Hey, 2 or 3 guys is way up from 0, so I'm very happy with that. My question here, should I? Or should I not bother? Go. I think I'm gonna just leave now. I got 45 iron ores. That's pretty good. And I can still make it back to the farm if I use this. Oh, well plump. But I can't get. Why can't I get it? Because this blocks it. Right. And back we go. See. Empty out my stuff here. Ruby's up to 5, so anything I find after this will be sold. It's just a weird thing about me, just don't ask. And I'm gonna set all these gold bars up for sale. No, up for creation, I mean. Wrong word. This is sell. Squid ink. Geodes and geodes. I can sell the emerald. It's perfect. Load it up, load it up, load it up, That's loaded up. Now, wild plums go in there. This goes in here. And we sell, and we sell, sell, and sell. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go in before we faint. Alright, what did we learn? Thorns Ring and Ring of Yoba. Fantastic. See, now we're getting some money here, finally, at long last. Nowhere near enough. But we're getting to where we want to be. So, Friday. That means traveling merchant. Cloudy day. Spirits are in good mood. 7,000 away from finishing up my finishing up the bus. Thanks for helping me clean up around the valley. The water's looking much cleaner. I think everyone will appreciate it. I know I will. As a way of saying thanks, I wanted to teach you how to grow your own fiber. Hope it's useful. Fiber seeds. Yeah, fiber seeds. Grass starters. What are these fiber seeds he talks about? Tub of flowers. Fiber seeds. Huh. Interesting. Found a new use for clay. Cool. So, if I am not mistaken, there should be plenty of stuff ready here now. Bok choice. Did I need bok choy for my any bundles? Let's quickly check. Where's fall crop? I don't think so. No, I didn't. I forgot to water the broccoli. That's okay. It happens. So, what do we plant now? Finish up the amaranths, of course. But I need to go into Pierre's, I think, to finish up that. Oh, and we go in there and we get the milk done too. Mayonnaise. My last chicken. You're hiding. Hamburger has no milk. Is it you who gave? Oh. Draco. You. Really? Beefsteak has no milk. What is there? Oh. They all give different milks now. Okay, cool. Cool. You just be difficult, cows. difficult cows. Who knew? Alright. I need to kill some unsanctioned trees again. And I need to go to Pierre. I also need a trip to Traveling Merchants. So there's a lot of stuff here now coming up. And I think the Traveling Salesman should be here next week, if I'm not mistaken. Should not be here this week. Let's just check to make sure. Yeah. Oh, Elliot has a birthday. Ah, don't care. Sorry, Ellie. So, what can I put up instead? Bok choy, cranberry, wheat, sunflower, fairy seeds. Put up some fairies. And more amaranth, apparently. I don't know if amaranth is very good. I don't think so. Maybe I should just stock up on wheat seeds and start making a crap ton of that. Yeah. I think I will. Let's just do that. Get 400 wheat seeds. I know 400 is probably a little bit overkill, but you never know. And that puts me down to barely 9,000 again, but okay, fair enough. It's over 9,000. Yes, hello, haha, very funny. Dragon Ball meme. Not at all overused on the internet. Not at all. Oh, mushrooms. And blackberries. Cool. Picking up stuff to sell. I wonder who pays for that sort of stuff. It's not like it's... Cork buff, triple shot espresso, iridium ore. A single piece of iridium ore. That's so useful. Roots platter. At least that's useful. Modern lamp. That's ugly. Rare crow. You are not very helpful, are you? Alright. I am gonna start saving up money for the bus. It has to be done. I'm not gonna be sidetracked by anything until I get it. Until, of course, I get sidetracked again. But let's not joke too much about that. Because the unfortunate reality is you get sidetracked in Stardew Valley. It's what you do. Stardew Valley is a game of getting sidetracked, and nothing will ever change this. See, right now I'm already getting sidetracked. I'm chopping wood. Because why not? But these are unsanctioned trees. They are not allowed to grow on my soil without my say-so. Well, actually, they're allowed to grow. They're just not allowed to grow up. Yes, this is like the Peter Pan of forests. Forest is allowed to grow, it's just not allowed to grow up. Then I have to leave the forest in the most violent way possible. Oh, good lord. I know. Watching me chop down woods is probably about as interesting as watching paint dry. I get it. But it needs to be done. I cannot allow all this unsanctioned stuff here to grow wildly rampant on my farm and ruin my also carefully not planned house. I really need magnetism because I have a lot of wood inside of my greenhouse. Don't cover up Grandpa's grave. He would not be happy with that. Actually, he probably would, but shh, we don't talk about that. At least it's free firewood. Not that I need firewood in this game, for some reason. But yeah, if I do need it, here it is. Yeah, now I think I have it under control. Not entirely, but unsanctioned trees go away. Yes, I know it's one of those trees who actually gives me what I need, namely oak resin, but I'm trying to move my tappers to the other side, but it's gonna take a while before things grow up. With that said, I'm gonna go plant these acorns. Between here. They are now sanctioned trees and will be allowed to grow old and useful for the glory of the farm. Now, cow's delight, and of course I haven't sold all the amaranth yet because I haven't gotten any amaranth yet. That's how it worked out. Once the amaranth is used up, I will start planting wheat, and all of this will become wheat fields to get as much wheat as I can for the rest of the year. But I am, the rest of the season I mean, but I am gonna grow out all I need in the meantime. Now, let's see, I wanted to get myself a few things. At least one seed maker. Wood, coal, and gold bar. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab another gold bar just to have two of them. Now, what's next on my agenda here? Mushroom log, hardwood, and moss. That's enough, I think. And there we go. Gonna start earning some. Actually, I'm gonna sell all of this too, because I just want to wrap up as much gold as I can. Now, as for placement of these things, now let's run down here and experiment with this a little bit, because I think they grow the best in areas like this. I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. So. Like that. I'm very eager to see how this turns out. I don't know how often it's going to yield anything for me, but I'll just treat it the same way I treat the fruit bat cake. I'll check it every now and then, and if there is anything for me, awesome, and if there's not, then oh well. What's the worst that can happen, you know? Ancient seeds. That was unexpected. Not unwelcome, but very unexpected. Thank you. Cool. Very cool. Did not know you could get ancient seeds from strawberries. Now if I could only get myself some dino eggs too, it would be perfect. Alright, so now I have a bunch of strawberry seeds ready for summer to kick in. And I even have an additional ancient seed to start my ancient seed greenhouse. Greenhouse is the word I'm looking for. Cool. Alright, only 2 days left of this week. Let's see what we get here. Oh, 8,500. I should just go down into the mine and get more gold. And more gold, and more gold, and more gold, and more gold, and more gold. Turns out selling gold is actually profitable. Who knew? And now, with a little bit of luck, this gets me the rest of the eggplants here. And I can finish off the quality bundle. Perfect. Now before I forget, I'm just gonna water up these broccolis. And then I'm gonna go down here. Unsanctioned trees again. Where do they keep sprouting up? What do I need to do? This is heresy. It's heresy on low levels. Yes, that's a 40k reference in case you're wondering. No, I'm not a big 40k player myself, but literally everyone I know is a 40k nerd, so it's like Metallica. I was never a big fan of them, but I got very exposed to their music, so that's okay. And it's kind of the same deal here with 40k. I've never been a fan of it, that doesn't mean I didn't get it a lot. To the point where I actually call myself a fan of Metallica nowadays because I've heard them so much. And hearing them now is playing is like, oh, it reminds me of my teens. Doesn't change the fact that I was not a big fan. And have not been a big fan for most of my life. Metallica is good. No questions about it. It's just that there's so much more out there than just Metallica. Metallica is the gateway drug. But it's not the reason you stay. I am, by the way, gonna go up and... Metallica, it's the gateway drug of bands, but they're not the reason you stay. They might be what leads you to what will inevitably be your favorite band. And for some people, Metallica is the favorite band. I totally get it. They're good. And sometimes you don't really want to go in deeper into the music because, let's face it, heavy metal music scene is... it's a weird place to be. And when I say it's a weird place to be, I mean that in the best possible way. But it's not for everyone. It just really isn't. And it's okay. It's absolutely okay. And for those who are drawn to heavy metal, Shane wants a ruby. Alright, let's get a ruby for Shane. For those who are into heavy metal, that's cool. Very cool. I have been into heavy metal myself for quite a while. And some of you, if any one of you have seen some of the concert videos that I posted up, will probably wondering what the hell are you talking about, man? You're all about the heavy metal. And to a degree it's true. Because everybody I know play heavy metal, so I play heavy metal too. But you know what genre really fascinates me? Country music. Believe it or not. Even though I'm horrible at it, I do not understand the playing that they do. I've been playing heavy metal for years, and it's all about harmonies, distortion, and these tricky legatos and sweep pickings and all these massively fun sounding techniques. And then you have country music, which is just... I have no idea what they're doing, but it sounds awesome. And what they do is so different from what metal music does. It's a whole different world, to be fair. Ruby for Shane. That's what I was looking for. Let's go find Shane and then find something to do. I'm not sure what I should do at this point because I'm at this funny stage where until I can open up the bus, I cannot go into the Skull Cavern. Before I can go into the Skull Cavern, I have nothing more to do because I haven't opened the quarry. So I can't go in and get the golden scythe. I haven't reached winter yet, so that I can't, like, you know, go around and find hints and stuff. I could go out fishing and spend a whole day fishing, But I do know that no matter what, I do need copper and iron. And probably also some gold. Let's see if he's working today. I think Shane should be working. He's not working. No, it's Saturday. Of course, he should be drunk. He's probably down at the saloon or on his way there. Let's go and find drunk Shane. Yeah, oh, Shane, there you are. Don't be a douche. Why are you bothering me? I am bothering you because you wanted this. Is that the ruby I requested? It looks perfect. Here's a little something for your trouble. So, do you hate me less now, Shane? Do you hate me less now? Oh, he actually does hate me less now. Perfect. He's almost treating me like a human being by now. Oh, hey, Caroline. Play too many video games. Yes, she does. Maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned. If you think she does, she does. Do you have any scarecrows in there for me? Yes, Abby, I have. Scarecrows are a necessity. Country music, fascinating. One of the things that fascinate me most is they kind of used all the same techniques and stuff that you find in heavy metal, but they just do it so differently. And it's not just about the sound effects either. It's this is new. Ah, that feels good. The water's never been cleaner. I was about to say it's not clean anymore, but the same goes for me. Oh. Hello. All these falling leaves will provide food for mushrooms and other small organisms. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose. Now, country music is such a hectic playstyle. I find it very fascinating. It's brilliant and messy and gloriously fun at the same time. But then again, I also know that the joke is that if you play a country song backwards, you get your wife back and you get the dog back and the cat is still alive and all these things, these funny stereotypes about how everything goes wrong in country music. And I get where the joke comes from. It's just not correct for a lot. Especially if you look at certain very American cowboy country stars. It's all about this positive, happy-go-lucky, ultra farm life rocks everything kind of idea, and it just has a fun vibe. I know if I say the name Toby Keith, it's gonna be controversial because some people love him, some people hate him. He's dead, by the way, so you can hate him as much as you want. He is not gonna be very bothered by it. And those who hate him will say that it's because he had all of these opinions. Yes, but you know, there's always going to be someone whose opinion you're not going to agree with. And if you're going to hate everyone, you don't really have much room for anything other in your heart than hate. It got to be exhausting. Toby Keith, though, he has made a lot of very fun music. And yes, you can say he has sexist lyrics. Yes, it's true, he does. You can say he glorifies party culture and stuff, and yes, you can probably say that too. He sexualizes women. Yes, he does. And you know what? He's not the only one. It's been done in the music business since the dawn of time. It's just that when you sexualize women in music industry, some people romanticize it, others vilify it, and it doesn't matter if you're one of the ones who like, oh, she's so beautiful, I miss her so much, and she was so fantastic, and she was, where you put her on a pedestal, or if it's like, and she had these blah blah blah, she was a honky-tonk woman. It doesn't matter which way it goes. What matters is how the song makes people feel. And if the only thing you hear is the lyrics, not the beat, not the pulse, not the swing of it, then of course you're not gonna like the majority of any music ever made. Because most music is controversial, because music has elements that people just don't like. Music plays directly to people's emotions, and a good piece of music can make people cry. It can make people laugh. It can make people angry. It can make people change their world perceptions. Music is powerful. Never doubt it. It's not without reason that Live Aid, despite the fact that I think Bob Geldof and all of the other guys, instead of holding concerts, they should just sell their expensive Ray-Bans and pay off a bunch of food. But they did Live Aid, and Live Aid was a phenomenal experience because it was showcasing for the entire world before the internet came. It was a real thing for most of us, how much you can reach, how many people can you perform for at the same time. And as I said, they didn't have the internet back then. At least, not publicly available. And yet, these songs, they could move people across nations who had never even heard this music before. And people would come in millions and tune in from TVs all over the world, and people donated money like they were mad, because these artists decided that we are going to put in a bunch of music, and we're going to emotionally manipulate people into donating money. It sounds extremely cold when I say it like that, but it's nonetheless what happened. And it works. It just works. Oh, another ancient seed? Cool. Music is powerful stuff. Don't mess with it. It might break you. I think I lost my thread in here somewhere. What was my original thinking here? I was just more or less ranting about how awesome music is. Yes, back to country music. And Toby Keith, and he cooperated with Willie Nelson. And they made a song together called Beer for My Horses. And Beer for My Horses was a very typical upbeat, happy country song. And the reason it came to my attention was because way back in the year 2006, I think, there were some gamers who decided to machinima a World of Warcraft video with this song as its main tune. You can still find it on YouTube. And this introduced me to Willie Nelson, Toby Keith, and that kind of upbeat country music where the music isn't all about losing everything. Beautiful sunny day, great. Neutral spirits, awesome. Queen of sauce, tortillas, cool. And I'm very fascinated by the style of guitar played in most country, especially in bluegrass country. It actually is extremely fun to listen to. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. Most people I know, they hate country music with a passion, either because they are ideologically convinced that country music is the work of the devil, except that in their minds the devil doesn't exist. They just don't like it because they associate it with ultra nationalism, and if it's any kind of nationalism, then it has to be bad. Or they just hate it because they find it boring and repetitive, which, depending on what kind of country music you've been listening to, is a fully valid argument. But no matter what, I remain fascinated by it because I enjoy the style. I enjoy the harmonic and almost ADHD fretwork that a guitarist who plays lead in a country band actually has to do. It's pretty insane. Not just the chord choice, which is one thing, but the amount of jumping up and down the neck, it's pretty wild. Are there guitarists in other genres who can do it? Yes, of course. That's not what I'm saying. But country musicians tend to do it a lot more, which is why I find it so fascinating. It is extremely fun style to listen to, and I get why people like it. And I'm not American. I'm not American at all. And country music is a very American thing, but I get it. I get why you enjoy it. What was this you said? Tomato juice. Perfect! So I have a juice to go into the brewer's bundle. I really should pick up the pale ale and, you know, go deliver it before I keep forgetting, because I keep selling them or giving them away. So I really should do that. Let's go down and see if the traveling merchant is useful this day. I don't think she will be, but we never know. Coffee bean, maple seed, stuffing. Pine tar, cookies. Yes, you are useful. Thank you. Mega bomb. Poppy seed muffin, magnet. Full crops. It's gonna grow itself up. I'm gonna go put the tomato juice in just so I can get this done. Winter forage. It will sort itself out. That's the bridge repair. Pufferfish and sandfish will sort itself out. Tiger trap and pufferfish, those are the hard ones. 25k, that's the bundle I'm finishing up next. Nautilus finishes in winter. As soon as Amaranth is done. As soon as I open this. Stuffing! I can get stuffing. Perfect, I can finish this. That's perfect. Wheat flour, I need to build a windmill. Cookies, I should go see if I can somehow... Perfect. You were useful, thank you very much. You know, if I stop by a pier and sell some of my squash, I might actually have enough money to finish the bus too. That is not a bad idea. Hello, Penny. Hello, the weather is interesting today, don't you think? Sorry. You're not much of a conversationalist, are you? No, you're not. Oh. Handsome young man to bring me a sardine. I'm sure I can get sardines downstairs. If I just go down on... Crispy bass. Oh. There we go. So, community center, and then I'm gonna go down and fish up a sardine for Haley. Getting the bus up and ready to go, ready to roll. Brewer's bundle. Let's get the Christmas stuffing and finish up that bundle too. Winter star, perfect. Oh, mystery box. Cool, cool. And finally, the big one. Crystallarium. Now I can start mass productions of jade, which I'm gonna need if I'm gonna have a bunch of staircases. Cool. Now, let's go find a sardine for Haley. So I can get my lottery ticket. I want my lottery ticket. Oh, what's this? So apparently we get price tickets too for those. Okay, that's cool. That's actually very cool. Dried starfish. Cool. Oh, and speaking of music, if you are one of those guys who are now laughing because haha I called out them whatever you're thinking about for being ideologically against your favorite artist. If you only like an artist because of your ideological conviction, you may not be liking that artist for the right reasons. If the only reason you like Toby Keith is because someone told you he's all about Yay USA, you might be liking him for the wrong reason. And if you dislike him for the same thing, you're also doing music wrong. And I never thought I would have to say this, but there is a right and a wrong way to enjoy music. You don't use music as propaganda, although it's been done several times. I'm fully aware of that. I'm not going to try to hide that fact. But people who use music ideologically, in one way or another, they're trying to manipulate people into their own ends. If you want to enjoy music, do it completely without regards for what others say you should enjoy. If you like Rage Against the Machine and you find yourself a die-hard corporative oh, there's my sardine. And if you're a die-hard corporative executive and you dig Rage Against the Machine, go ahead, enjoy it. And if you find yourself a staunch anti-fascist and you still like Toby Keith, go ahead. You're not going to be a worse person for enjoying multiple types of art. And by listening and enjoying each other's art, you might actually find that you have a lot more in common with people. Now, where's Haley hiding out? Is she out here photographing? Probably. My point is, don't feel ashamed of enjoying the art you do, even when people tells you you're doing it wrong. Because ultimately that's not what matters. What matters is that you engage with it. Too many people are caught up in, can I like Harry Potter or can I not like Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling said something on Twitter. I think if you're not letting yourself enjoy something, I think you kind of missed the whole point. Hello there, Haley. Wait. Ah, wrong fish. Wrong fish. She still likes me. Cool. Despite the fact that I really messed up what I gave her there. No, I have 2 tickets. Let's go see what Lewis offers for 2 tickets. A big ass double bed. Huh. Cool. I have a new bed. Blue pin can't be placed outdoors. Okay. So I have a big ass new bed. I have a feeling I'm going to need to stick it in my chest. That just sounds so weird. So, Sunday, bloody Sunday. So, now I can have sleepovers. Yeah, I don't know what to fill in the rest of this day with, so I have a feeling I'm just gonna walk around and do some foraging and rant some more about music and people who do things weirdly. I haven't gotten around to watching the new season of The Boys yet, but I already hear it's controversial. And I don't know what to say. I've enjoyed the 3 first seasons. I think season 4 will be enjoyable too. Despite the fact that it gets under the skin of quite a lot of people. That's okay. Most people aren't interested in listening to opposing points of views anyways. They just want their realities reconfirmed, and sadly it goes on both sides of the spectrum. Actually, there's more than 2 sides. There's a lot more than 2 sides, but that's a whole different discussion. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of this moss. Way too much moss. I have no need for it. I should sell it. Sell a bunch of it. And if you are ideologically hidey-holing into one extreme or the other, congratulations. You're probably gonna think I'm your enemy. I'm not. I'm in fact probably the best ally you will have, because I will tell you when you're being an idiot. And I will tell you solutions that will work, that will get people to work with you instead of against you. Something a lot of, at least if I'm going to look at Americans. Sorry Americans, you're just getting the bad end of my rant today, because we're already seeing the tendencies with the election coming up, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. If you ask me, none of them are especially good candidates. I think you have so many more better qualified people to do this, to lead the country. You don't have to choose between Dumb and Dumber. With that said, I am not convinced that the world is ending if Donald Trump becomes president again. And I am not convinced at all that the world will be ending if Biden continues to remain president. That's just fear-mongering on both sides. Both sides sincerely believe they are fighting oppression and fascism and the destruction of your country. You're not. You're fighting each other and you're destroying each other in the process. It's kind of the very opposite of what you think you do. But if you tell a lie often enough and repeats it often enough, then people will believe it at some point. And the reason why I, as a Norwegian, care about your presidential election, although I shouldn't, is because that we see the same sort of stupidity in Norway. This, you're either against us or you're an enemy. You're either against us or you're a fascist, or you're either with us or you're a fascist, or or you're with us, or you're a communist, depending on what side of the fence you're on. And people are never this black and white. We just aren't. There's a lot more to it than just bash the fash or rum the comb. But you know, people like easy slogans. And I'm gonna fall asleep now. And that sucks, but it is what it is. At least I finished up the bus, so next week we will take a trip into the desert. Probably on the first day available. And we will also maybe take a little look inside the Skull Cavern for the first time. And raiding the barn and the coop now that I have spent money on getting the bus ready. And I will also see if I can get the upgraded fishing rod to the iridium rod. These are my goals for next week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to succeed at them, but we'll see when we get there. And again, sorry, but not so sorry for ranting about politics and stuff like that. It's really annoying. Big Daddy Rocker Gamer out. See you next time.